a little bit about myself. My name is Santosh Joseph. I am based out of Bangalore. I've been working in the financial services industry for the last 18 years right now. I was a banker to begin my career with, and I worked in asset management companies. And today I am a boutique investment services firm called Germinate Investor Services. Like I said, I'm based out of Bangalore, and I'm delighted to be sharing with you all about the prospects of our IPO that we discussed today. Now, first things first is the disclaimer. So for all of you hearing me, my name is Santosh. I am not a SEBI registered entity or an advisor or an analyst. Now, this session is purely for informational purposes for all of you to create awareness in the general public, and this does not and should not constitute a recommendation or an advice. Now, all the views that are expressed by me and here are personal. OCL does not bear any liability for the same. So I hope you got the disclaimer loud and clear. We're here largely for a informative session, and whatever information that you hear, you could use it for your benefit. Now, the subject on hand is Aditya Birla Capital as the promoter and Sun Life as the promoter. The company is Aditya Birla Sun Life Asset Management Company, also called as mutual fund. Now, you all may be aware of the extremely rapid growth of the mutual fund industry. Today, all of us as investors have an opportunity to participate in another mutual fund company which is planning to go public. Now, the term going public or IPO means the same. In this case, the initial public offering is by Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund. Now, let me give you some simple dates. This IPO opens on 29th of September, which is tomorrow, closes on Friday, which is the 1st of October. This is a book built issue. Now, the face value of each of the shares that we will be applying for is 5 rupees. Like all IPOs, there is a price band. Starts at 695 and the higher end of the price band is 712 rupees. I'll repeat, the IPO is 695 rupees at the lower end of the price band and 712 rupees is the higher end. Now, the minimum shares that one could apply for is 20, and therefore that is also the minimum order, and the lot is 20, and you can do multiples of that. Now, what is the size of this issue? 38.88 million shares of 5 rupees aggregating to 2,768 crores is what is on offer. Now, when we say offer, please remember this is an offer for sale. Now, in an IPO, you could have an offer for sale, which means that there is no fresh equity that's being created, but the existing shareholders. Now, who are the existing shareholders? Which is the promoters of Aditya Birla Sun Life Asset Management Company, which is Aditya Birla Capital Limited and Sun Life Financial. These two companies coming together who constitute the promoter of Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund will be selling a portion of their shares. Now I'll give you even more details as we progress along. Now again, points to remember: open date 29th September 2021, close date 1st of October 2021. Now the basis for the allotment subject to your application will be confirmed by 6th. Your refunds, which will be back by 7th. Ideally by 8th you will have your credit into your demat accounts, and the listing would be on 11th of October 2021. So I'll repeat that. Opens on 29th September. The IPO closes on 1st October. You have a good 3 odd days or 4 days to make 3 days to make the most of it. Then you have the basis of allotment being 6th October. If you've not got an allotment, you'll get your refund by 7th October. If you've got allotted by 8th of October, you will have the shares reflecting in your individual demat accounts, and therefore leading us to an IPO date on the 11th of October. Now, the minimum lot being 20 shares being one lot, which is 14,240 at the cutoff price, which is at 712 rupees on the higher band. The maximum one could apply is 14 lots, which is into 20 shares each, 280 shares. Now that if I were to multiply at the higher end of the price band at 712, it amounts to the maximum the retail investor can apply, which is 1,99,360 rupees. So a retail investor, the definition is someone whose application is less than 2 lakh rupees. That less than 2 lakh rupees can allow us to bid for 14 lots, each lot being 20. Therefore, you can get to apply for 280 lots. for 1,99,360. Now, interestingly, what is the weightage given for retail? You have a minimum 35% of the shares available for retail. Now, that's a good number. Now, also there's a allocation of a maximum of 50% for qualified institutional investors, which again I'll talk to you about. There's also space for non-institutional people who are not individuals but are companies. In all this, please remember there's also something called as the anchor investor. The people who are qualified institutional investors who would like to anchor in would be open on 28th of September, which is today. 28th of September, the anchor investors come under a qualification, come under the category of qualified institutional investors. They also have the right to apply for this, and they open today, and so therefore they will bid before you and me as a regular investor. Now, let me give a breakup once again. Retail investors have 35% blocked for applications in this IPO. Non-institutional 50%. The maximum for qualified institutions are 50. There is good news if you are already an Aditya Birla Capital shareholder. They have reserved 1.9 million shares or 19,44,000 shares blocked for people who are already shareholders of Aditya Birla Capital Limited. Now, this quota is reserved for either you're an individual or a HUF who hold already Aditya Birla Capital stock as on 22nd of September, the date of the prospectus being filed. If you hold at least one share, you are eligible for this Aditya Birla Capital shareholder quota, which means apart from the retail quota, there is a separate quota called Aditya Birla Capital shareholder quota, 19.44 lakh shares, available even if you have a single shareholding of Aditya Birla Capital as on 22nd September. Let's quickly talk about the promoters of the company. Now, I said the promoters of the company are Aditya Birla Capital Limited and Aditya Birla Sun Life. Sorry, Sun Life company. Now, Aditya Birla Capital had 51% shareholding and Sun Life has got 49. Post this, Aditya Birla will reduce from 51 to 50, whereas Sun Life will reduce from 49 to 36.5. A very important point to be noted here is that Aditya Birla Capital will continue as still a majority from 51 to 50, whereas Sun Life will reduce from 49 to 36.5, which means out of the 2,768 crores that are being offered as a sale in this IPO, about 200 odd crores will go for Aditya Birla Capital. The bulk of the money, 2,500 odd crores, will go for the Sun Life international entity. Now, quickly, many of us already know the already household name, which is the Birla Group. Now, you must also know that the same company was earlier known as the Birla Mutual Fund, which is now called the Aditya Birla Mutual Fund. Now, Aditya Birla Group, as you all know, is a multinational conglomerate. Over the last 7 decades, they've become one of the India's biggest, largest, most respected corporates. Aditya Birla Group holds leadership position in variety of sectors, and it's common to many of our knowledge, which is metals, cement, carbon black, viscose staple fiber, mobile communications, textiles, fashion, retail, chemicals, and financial services. They employ over 120,000 people across various parts of the world, being present in 36 countries. Now, a part of that company is Aditya Birla Capital, which is also one of the promoters and shareholders. Now, this is a listed but non-operating holding company of the Aditya Birla Financial Services Group. Now, there are some numbers of Aditya Birla Sun Life as on June 30th. They had revenues of 4,299 crores and a market cap of 28,000 crores as on 30th June. Now, as we speak, there are over 2.5 crore customers in the active base and more than 22,000 employees across ABCL overall. Now, they also have 850 branches and over 200,000 agents and channel partners. Now, they've also got the brand of the year and for content marketing and top 25 innovative companies in the CII Innovation Awards. Now, coming to the Sun Life partner. Now, Sun Life is the leading international financial services organization provider which are present in insurance, wealth, asset management, catering to individual and corporate customers. Now, you must also know that Sun Life has operations in a number of markets, including Canada, but their base being Canada. As on 30th June, Sun Life Financial has a market capitalization of Canadian dollar $37 billion with a total Canadian AUM of $1,360 billion. Now, the Sun Life Financial is the ultimate holder of Sun Life AMC, which is one of the promoters of the company. Now, we'll quickly delve into our company, which is going for an IPO. We just spoke about the promoters. Now we are going to also talk about the company. Now, Aditya Birla Sun Life was again one of the early entrants into the private sector of the mutual funds in the country. Now, it was set up as a joint venture, like we spoke, between Aditya Birla Capital Limited and the Sun Life AMC. I'm also going to give you some detailed numbers about the company. The company today manages 135 schemes comprising of 35 debt, 35 equity, 93 debt schemes, 2 liquid schemes, 5 ETF, and 6 domestic fund of funds. Now, the company's monthly average assets under management as on December was 101.41 crores in equity. Now, this overall rank of being close to 3 lakh crores, and I'll give you specific numbers there, makes Aditya Birla Sun Life Asset Management Company the 4th in the country. A point to note over here is that this is one of the largest non-bank affiliated asset management company. What do I mean by that? Is that if you notice some of the mutual fund companies, they have banking company as one of their affiliate or sort of a sponsor stroke promoter. In Aditya Birla Sun Life, this is one of the largest which does not have the bank. Now, we also know it's a well recognized and a trusted brand, well diversified portfolio already present. Now, we spoke saying that these guys are ranked 4 as we speak. Now, what does it entail? That means they're not only ranked 4, they also share slightly over 9% market share in the Indian mutual fund industry. Now, as you all know, Indian mutual fund industry has got about roughly 45 mutual fund companies. You know, in the recent past, you have many fintech players, many distributors, and many portfolio management services also apply for mutual fund licenses. Now, as on the June monthly average AUM, we stand at, sorry, not June, August, we stand at over 3 lakh crores, 3.02 lakh crore AUM, in which equity and hybrid assets, equity hybrid, are 1.16 lakh crore, debt is 1.84 lakh crore, ETFs form 956 crore. Now, the overall investors at Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC are 7 million, and they also have, interestingly, 2.8 million SIPs registered with them. Now, this is the data as on 31st August. I told you about 51% by Aditya Birla Capital and Sun Life 49%. Now, let me come to the offer for share. The total shares are 288 million. Out of this, only 38.8 million are on offer for all of us to apply for. Now, that means that Aditya Birla Capital will sell 2.85 million. The Canadian partner, which is Sun Life Mutual Fund, will sell 36 million. Now, within this, the breakup is, out of the 100% of the shares being sold, 7.3% is sold by Aditya Birla Capital, 92.7% is being sold by Sun Life AMC. Now, within that, you will notice that after the sale is completed, Aditya Birla will be 50%, Sun Life will be 36.5%. Now, the remaining stake with the promoter, even after the IPO, will be 249.2 million or 86.53, which means 13.47 is what the offer is on hand right now. Now, going on, at this price band, which is 712, you should see almost 2,700 crore, 20,000 crore, 20,000 crore, 20,505 crore is the valuation at 712, which is the higher end of the price band. Now, let me take this further to put it into context. As we speak today, there are only 3 other mutual fund companies that are listed. What are those 3? The first one which went public was Nippon, erstwhile Reliance Mutual Fund, which became Nippon Life, which went public on October 17. October 2017. Second went public was HDFC Asset Management Company, which went in July 2017. UTI went in public about a year ago in September 2020. Before I go further, let me also tell you that the three companies that, if I were to go by the ranking of AUM based on the 30th of August, 31st of August AUM based on AMFI, Aditya Birla, I told you, was ranked 4 based on AUM. The other three guys that are listed are the guy above Aditya is HDFC at third position. The Nippon is at 6th position. UTI AMC is in the 8th position. Putting that into context, out of the 40 odd companies that are there, you have the fourth guy in terms of size being listed. The other guys are rank 3, rank 6, and rank 8, who have done their IPOs at various points in the last 2 years. Now, going forward, let me also share a very interesting data point about the industry that Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund operates from. Now, you know, it's the mutual fund industry, which many of us have benefited from to make our monies and savings being invested and grown. So it's very few who do not know about it. But let me read some industry statistics to help you. As we speak today, our mutual fund industry is 36.09 lakh crore, or to put it, it's 36 trillion. Now, the average assets under mutual fund for August is this number. Now, the Indian mutual fund industry has grown over the last 10 years from 6.9 to 36.59. This is the fabulous five-fold growth in a 10-year period. I am now talking to you about the growth of the industry. This is an industry which is at an aggregate level grown at five-fold over a 10-year period. Now, the industry AUM was even 5 years ago at $15 trillion. Now, if you take that benchmark as on 31st August 2020, we've doubled in 5-year period. Now, for those of you wanting to know what is the opportunity on hand by investing in a mutual fund company, one macro theme is that in 10 years, we've grown 5x. In the last 5 years, we've doubled. Now, the industry actually first crossed its 10 trillion or 10 lakh crore only in May 2014. And in a short span of 3 years, it went twofold to 20 trillion or 20 lakh crore for the first time in August 2017. Right now, we're at 36, whereas we crossed 30 lakh crore for the first time only in November 2020. So you see how this industry is just leapfrogging its growth. Now, you also have to notice that the mutual fund industry has crossed the milestone of 10 crore folios. This is a very, very interesting number. Now, the total accounts stood at 10 crores, all the folios put together, whereas the bulk of it stood in the retail segment from equity, which is at 8.95 crore or 89 million. So that is the opportunity of the asset management business. Now, quickly going forward, we spoke about the company, we spoke about the opportunity on hand, we spoke about the dates, we spoke about everything. Now let me talk about some of the strength. Like I told you, largest non-bank asset manager, well-recognized brand, growing individual appetite into equity and into managed equity solutions like mutual fund. They have a diverse portfolio, they have a pan-India presence, they have a great brand, great team, and great advantages. Now, while we're talking about this, in the same breath, we also have to talk about what is the risks. You know, you could have the similar COVID-19 impacted risks of lockdown and economy slowing down. The revenue and the profit depends on the value proposition and the composition of the AMC schemes between debt and equity. The underperformance of the schemes could also affect the flows. The unavailability of appropriate investment opportunities could impact further growth, and the inability to successfully grow or manage the business could also affect it. Now, we've also seen the company grow in terms of profits. Now, let me share that number with you independently. Let me give that number. Especially in the last 3 years, let me give this number. Between March 19, between March 20 and March 21, the assets are growing consistently from 14,984 million to in March 19 to 15,719 in March 20 to 1,98,045 in March 21. Now the profit after tax was 4,467 million in March 19, grew to 4,944 in March 20, and at 31st March 21 it stood at 5,262 million. Now that's the profits of the company. Now, when we go further, we'll be looking at some of the other aspects of the firm. Now, just one important aspect which I'd like to bring to your attention is that if you look at the upper end of the price band and look at the last 3 years average EPS of the company, this works out to be around 41 times. Now, if you take the FY21 EPS of 18, the PE works out to be 39, which means at this price of the IPO, that the PE ranges anywhere between 39 to 40. Now, the other listed peers, HDFC, UTI, and Nippon are trading at, let's say HDFC is at 51 times, UTI is at 30 times, and Nippon is at again 39 times. Now, let me also give you one very interesting data. When this company lists, you should approximately see the market capitalization of the company, hit about 20 odd thousand crores. Now, to put that into context, right, the third largest player, which is HDFC, is at a market cap of, just let me give you the data, is at a market cap of 68,000 crore. Now, I also told you that their valuation is 51 times. The eighth player has got a market capitalization of 13,900 crores. The sixth player, which is Nippon AMC, has got 27,000 crores market cap. So this is the opportunity at hand. The guy who's above on rank third is 68,000 crore. The guy who's below on rank 6 is 27,000 crore. The guy who's number 8 is at 13,900 crore market cap. Now, this is the opportunity at hand. Thanks to our time constraint, I'm going to stop right now. And thank you for hearing me.